Okay, welcome in everybody. Welcome on in. So today, I am doing a Triforce Tuesdays makeup stream. Yes, I know, by the time of this recording, this is actually being recorded on a Thursday to make up for Tuesday that I did not stream last month in the month of March, since I was very busy on the day. But we are finally here, and also, if you're watching this on YouTube, you definitely are aware that on Twitch, and now officially on YouTube, I also completed the Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages for the Triforce Tuesdays series, live on Twitch, now officially uploaded on YouTube. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to do the following by liking, sharing, subscribing, all that jazz. Tell your friends about it. Be sure to leave a comment down below. And I hope you guys enjoy today's special podcast. So welcome in, everybody. So today, we're going to be talking about more about the Fallen timeline. We'll be discussing things more from the Fallen timeline, as we are officially halfway close to completing and discussing the Fallen timeline. So, the two games I will be talking about today with some friends, and I will be bringing them on in just a minute, is we're going to be talking about A Link Between Worlds and Triforce Heroes. And you're probably wondering, Kokiri, are you going to stream them at some point? Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no, because you guys know, like, obtaining a 3DS capture card is kind of a hassle. So, sadly, I won't be able to stream them at some point, and I wish I could cover them for you guys, but that's why we're here for the podcast. That's why we're going to talk about it with you guys. But maybe one day in the future, I can play them for you guys. But if Nintendo brings them onto the Switch, I mean, that will be pretty nice. So, and honestly, yeah, you know what? I kind of can't do this alone, you know? And I'm sure you see, like, some pictures of my friends on the screen, and I'm going to go ahead and bring them out right now. So I do have my friends with me. So, everyone say hello. I think it's okay. I think they're dead. I think they died. What? And apparently they turned to a bunch of fucking cuckoos. What the fuck is going on?
I think the proper term is blue chickens.
Oh my god! Yes, I believe they all died. Okay. Oh dear God. Okay. So
Kokiri's podcast has been invaded by the blue chickens. Kokiri, last words before Bluester takes over the channel.
Yes, but if you guys can, I'm gonna go ahead and go one at a time, and you guys can go ahead and fully introduce yourselves. So we'll go ahead and start with Shara.
Oh my lord. Well, I mean, since Kokiri had to say my name in such a weird way, Donald Duck worshiper. Sora850 here. You all know me. Hello, how are y'all? Good to be here.
And hello, I am Princess Kyora, aka Kyora, Kai, or PK.
Hi, I'm T Shaw, or you can call me T for short.
He's
avid Vexen hater, so no Vexen.
He's also is a purple pissant and a fucking nerd.
I knew you were gonna say that. I
mean, well, let's be fair, T-Shaw. Are you tall enough to understand this stuff?
I swear, Kokiri. Recon it, I'm gonna smack you silly.
Oh shit.
Also, everyone, don't listen to him. Vexen is his husbando. Texan is confirmed. Texan's confirmed.
That is true.
So is Sonald.
Okay, children, this is a family-friendly stream, so
family-friendly, my ass.
Wow, Kokiri, language. Think of the children.
Think of the children. We have children here.
Yeah, I know, Sora.
Rude.
Excuse you, fart knocker. In case you forgot, I am your father.
Bet. That's not true.
That one.
Also, hi, Kyle the Pug. I saw you post a clip on my server. Hello, I'm calling you out. I know you're lurking. Hi, Kyle.
Wow. Calling out people, that's not on a podcast. That's something you definitely want to go forward, don't you, Kai?
No, Kyle does this on my channel all the time. It's now becoming a running gag. He just hides in the shadows and grabs clips and just posts them, and that's how I catch him.
Wow.
Well, like a certain fart knocker hides in the shadows too.
That.
In Kai.
Oh, I don't do anything. But anyway, so why are we here?
To play Zelda CDI, obviously.
Yes, we're all here to play Zelda CDI. Yes, totally.
Yes, totally. Because Zelda CDI is like the best game in the series, right?
Totally.
Oh,
I mean, great. I just can't wait to bomb some fucking Dodongos.
Well,
I'm so hungry. I've been eating so loud.
There needs to be a CDI manga. What do you like? Twilight Princess just ended. There needs to be a CDI manga now.
Yes, totally. That's exactly what we need. So,
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Okay, so let me tell you guys what we're gonna do. So first things first, of course, you guys, we are gonna go a little bit down the timeline, and we're gonna go in and talk about each game. But we're gonna start with Link Between Worlds first. Of course, we'll talk about some possible theories, some lore, some Easter eggs, and all that stuff, and also and whether we have played the game or not, just our personal thoughts on it.
Yeah, I can't give too much thoughts on Triforce Heroes, obviously, because I haven't played it. But Link Between Worlds, I got some feelings.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
We will do that. We definitely will do that. But anyway, I think we're ready to go ahead and get started. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, whenever you are.
I am ready, so without further ado, let's go.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's.
Woohoo!
Yes, totally. Okay. So first things first. So I talked about this in my video, of course, with the Oracle games. So we already know this game. So this game takes place centuries after the events of the Oracle games, and we do not hear anything from the incarnation of Link from the Oracle games. The only thing that we know is, of course, in the timeline it says that after he saved both lands of Holodrum and Labrana, he set out to go to do some more hero training. Kind of like what he did during his adventure after Link to the Past, henceforth Link's Awakening. Which, by the way, you guys need to go check out that video that Kai and I did together. It was super fun. She kicked ass playing Marin.
Aw, thank you. I had a lot of fun.
Of course. But anyway, so this takes place, centuries after the events of the Oracle games. And in Link Between Worlds, this is definitely what a lot of people say is like a direct sequel to Link to the Past. And we have a new incarnation of Link, to which a lot of people like to address him as the new hero of Legends. Now, so the new hero of Legends is a kid who is a blacksmith in Hyrule, and he kind of lives by himself. So there's no uncle like Link to the Past. He just lives by himself, and he just works for a blacksmith. So of course, throughout the game, he's said to go deliver his sword to one of the captains of Hyrule, and along the way he goes to the sanctuary, because that's where the captain goes to visit the priest's daughter who lives in the sanctuary. And it turns out, of course, we have a new villain by the name of Yuga, which I'm trying to think about where he usually come from, but we'll theorize as to where he actually came from. But in comes new villain Yuga, who has the power to turn people and creatures and objects into paintings. And Link definitely tries to take him on after seeing the priest's daughter get turned into a painting. So after warning Princess Zelda about what happened at the sanctuary, Princess Zelda tasks the new hero of legend to go on a quest to obtain the other three pendants, so that way he can obtain the Master Sword. And the thing is, I can definitely say that this is the same Master Sword that the original hero legend from Link to the Past retrieved from the Lost Woods within the Sacred Woods. So if anybody who has played Link to the Past, Kai. This is the same sword that the first hero legend put to rest after many years, as it was waiting for another hero to come retrieve it one day, which of course we do know this is going to be the new hero legend from Link Between Worlds. But before all of that, Link actually lost in his first fight against Yuga, and in comes a new character, a person who we don't know, who kind of has a little bunny outfit, and his name is Ravio. Of course, we'll talk about him later, though. But Ravio, huh?
I was just gonna say, we obviously know the famous Ravio. Come on now.
Oh yeah, we do know Ravio. We know Ravio. So
Yes.
Ravio definitely is a character who brings an unconscious Link back to his own home and decides to help Link, and just considers him as a friend, and gives Link a magical bracelet that's said to help him. But as soon as Link actually climbs into the Eastern Palace, which I believe is the same Eastern Palace from Link to the Past, Link is actually able to defeat Yuga in a fight, and Yuga turns Link into a painting. But for some reason, Ravio's bracelet kind of gives Link the magical powers, like, to him to, like, go into 2D and to merge onto walls where he can solve puzzles and, like, hide and a bunch of other things. And then later on, after obtaining the other 3 pendants, Link goes forth towards the Lost Woods, discovers the sacred Master Sword that's lying within the woods. After it's been rested for many centuries, since we all know the first Hero of Legend put it back at the end of Link to the Past so that way the Master Sword can meet a new hero waiting for it to be discovered. Of course, this incarnation of Link finally discovers it and is ready to fulfill his destiny of becoming a hero. So from there, he definitely goes to Hyrule Castle, and Yuga fucking takes over. Yuga takes over, turns Princess Zelda into a painting, and makes its getaway into a cracked wall, and we finally come into a new world. It's called Lorule. And I will say this, yes, this is the same Dark World. This is the same Dark World from Link to the Past. This is the abandoned sacred realm from Ocarina of Time that Ganondorf actually destroyed those years ago after he killed Link, and the sages from Ocarina of Time was able to seal Ganon away into this sacred realm. Of course, Ganondorf destroyed it since it was once called the Golden Land, and thus everything fell into darkness before he was fully reincarnated. Fully reincarnated into Ganon, of course. But after meeting Princess Zelda and tasking him to what he has to do, Yuga actually uses the power of the descendants of the 7 sages, and is able to resurrect and fully revive Ganon. And Yuga is able to merge together with Ganon, and thus becomes Yuga Ganon. And in comes the Princess of Lorule, Princess Hilda, who tasks Link that he needs to go throughout the other palaces in both the Light World and to the Dark World of Lorule, and to obtain the rest of the paintings of the descendants of the 7 sages. And from there, Link is able to get all that power. Link, after freeing the sages, he then obtains the Triforce of Courage, though, to where he finally sees the Triforce discovered on his left hand, and finally becomes self-aware that he is the new hero. He is the hero of Hyrule for both the Light and the Dark World. And as soon as he gets to the Lorule Castle, he climbs to the top. There comes Yuga again, and turns out we discovered something very interesting. It turns out that a long time ago, that the Kingdom of Lorule actually had its own Triforce. It had its own Triforce, but apparently the people who lived in Lorule a long time ago were possessed with power, because we all know the Triforce contains great power, and thus we know the whole story. Like, if anybody touches it, their wishes will be desired, whether this person has a good heart or an evil heart. And everybody was obsessed with its power. So the ancestors have to destroy it, and thus, because of the destruction of Lorule's Triforce, the entire Kingdom of Lorule just fell into darkness. So that's why we have most of monsters crawling around and a bunch of other stuff, because the whole entire kingdom that once used to be the Golden Land just fell straight into darkness. And the entire time, Princess Hilda was using Link to actually gather the Triforce and wanted Princess Zelda's Triforce of Wisdom just to make up for her kingdom's Triforce that got destroyed by her ancestors a long time ago. And then, of course, Yuga Ganon makes a scene. He then betrays Princess Zelda, sealing her away into a painting as well, and thus obtains Princess Zelda's Triforce of Wisdom along with him bearing his Triforce of Power, and now it's up to Link to defeat him. So, of course, we all know in the end, Link defeats him into a fight. Link defeats him in a fight. Yuga Ganon or Ganon is sealed away. Princess Zelda is saved, and we kind of discover something that's really interesting. So Ravio actually climbs to the top of Lobro Castle and meets Link and Princess Zelda there. And surprisingly, and I'm sure all of us were shocked, but Ravio removes his bunny hood, and he turns out to be the Loruian counterpart of Link. And
that was a shocker.
That was indeed a shocker. But from there, Princess Zelda is definitely self-aware of of her kingdom being in destruction and fall into darkness, and she still thinks that it's a good idea to take Hyrule's piece of the Triforce just so they could get their Triforce back. But in the end, Ravio was able to persuade her to get her to stop and think about what would happen if they would do that, and what would happen to them and to her own kingdom. So, of course, Ravio, in the end, was able to convince Princess Zelda that it was just not worth it, in the end, and to just deal with what happens to their own kingdom. So, realizing that what she was doing was wrong, of course, she apologizes to Link and Zelda, turns them into paintings and sends them back to the Kingdom of Hyrule, and then, in the end, Link and Zelda go to the place where the Triforce is resting, and Link decides to touch the Triforce and makes a wish for Lorule's Triforce to be fully restored and for the Kingdom of Lorule to regain the light that it lost. And of course, that's it for the story.
Yep.
Yeah.
GG.
So I want to know. So of course we'll go one at a time. But what do you got? So Sora, what are your thoughts on the whole entire story for Link Between Worlds?
I thought A Link Between Worlds story was honestly really well done. It's actually my second favorite 2D Zelda game for quite a few reasons, actually. The story being one of them. This is just my personal opinion. Sorry, Kai. But I felt like Yuga was better than Agahim, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And Kai's ready to kill me right now, probably.
Yeah.
Yep, I knew it. I was bracing myself for that.
Don't worry.
Get the pitchforks ready.
Get your pitchforks and torches ready.
Yep, I'm bracing myself for this. But no, I just thought, I don't know, something about him seemed a little more sinister, and we actually got to know him as a villain a bit more than Agahim. Agahim was just kind of there.
Yeah, that was the thing, because we already know that the Dark Wizard Aghanim in the end was just the alter ego of Ganon.
Yeah, but with Yuga, it was a completely different case. He wasn't just Ganon's alter ego. He was literally his own entity, pretty much.
Yeah, he was his own character. He was his own character. Yes.
But my thing is I don't think we ever really learned where he came from, though. I saw my assumption was he just came from Lorule, but my one gripe with him is we know nothing about his past.
Yeah. And I don't think Nintendo or IGN Noma definitely has confirmed the origins or what kind of backstory that Yuga knows that Yuga came from. But we all know that Yuga was just like a sorcerer who possessed the power of turning people and creatures, including himself, into paintings, and that's all he was capable of doing.
Yeah, basically.
Kai, what about you? What are your thoughts on the story of Link Between Worlds?
Well, despite my bias towards Link to the Past, I'm with Sora on the sense that I thought the story was really solid. I think as far as a follow-up to Link to the Past, I think it was fantastic. they got like a really good mix of old nods and Easter eggs references back to, you know, its predecessor. Also adding, I think, a good enough new, a good modern twist to it. And funny enough, so with Lowell having its own Triforce and its own like darker versions of like Link and Zelda and everything. Shockingly, before this game came out, there were plenty of times where I wondered, like, you know, I think it'd be cool if they made a game where there was like a dark Triforce. Like, why have they not made that yet? And then lo and behold, no pun intended, lo and behold, Low Rule has its own Triforce. I'm like, oh snap.
Yeah, low roll and behold.
Yeah, so personally, personally, I was pretty happy, like, especially, but the story, I was pretty happy with it. There's definitely more plot and more plot points, which I think, you know, they kind of had the advantage of like newer technology, and also the fact that by the time Link Between Worlds came out, Zelda had a much bigger focus on story, as opposed to back when Link to the Past came out. Like Zelda games, like they had like a story, but it wasn't like the priority. Like it was pretty basic. It was like, yeah, Ganon is here, Ganon's taking over the world, Princess Zelda's getting captured, Link, go save the world. You know, that type of thing. But I don't think that necessarily hurts Link to the Past either, because I feel like the gameplay and the adventure was just so good that, like, you know, you knew what you had to do, and I still think, I still think it gave the player like enough of a freedom to have their own adventure. So, but yeah, I think Link to the Past. Link Between Worlds. I enjoyed the story, and the plot twist of Ravio being a Low Roll's version of Link. I was like, oh snap! Okay, I like this.
Yes. It's just so good. T-Shaw?
So, bear with me. I haven't touched a Link Between Worlds in a hot minute, so just bear with me.
No, we're good. We're good. That's why we're all here. We're all working together.
So, from what when I first played it, just I don't know. I hadn't played Link to the Past at that point, but I have played it now. Don't worry, Kai. Don't kill me.
Don't worry, Tisha. She's gonna kill me before she kills you. Because
no, I think she's gonna kill us both with what I'm about to say. I honestly liked Yuga a little bit more than Aghanim, because, like, I mean, they were both intimidating in their own way, but Yuga, and especially during, like, the final boss fight, too, where, like, doesn't he, like, fuse with Ganon himself, if I'm remembering correctly?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, that's why his name is Yuga Ganon. He fuses with Ganon.
I feel like there hasn't been a Zelda game where, like, another person, like, fuses with Ganon. Like, it's just usually just Ganon or whoever else, and it's just, I feel like that makes Yuga a far more, like, bigger threat, because, like, yeah, he has both the Triforce of Wisdom and power at his disposal when you fight him, and that just, like, to me, that solidifies him as a good, like, final boss that, like, yeah, like, if you fall to him, then he has a complete Triforce, and Hilda's out of the picture, so Princess Hilda can't do anything because she's been put into a painting as well.
Yes.
And so it's just pretty much Yuga Ganon has control of the Triforce and can control Low Rule and High Rule. So I feel like that just really adds the tension of you have to beat him.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I think it has a really good, solid story too. Like, just a nice follow-up and nods to A Link to the Past, and oh shoot, I just lost where I was going with this.
You're good.
yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I completely lost my thought, but just that makes me wonder if, like, since Ravio is, like, the counterpart to Link, that makes me wonder if there's, like, a Low Rulian version of the Master Sword somewhere. or if
You know-
it's like even, or if it even exists.
You know, I didn't think about that actually. Like we never hear about a low roll version of the Master Sword. We obviously get a low roll version of the Triforce, and like a low roll version of everything else. But I didn't even think about low roll having its own Master Sword. That's an interesting thought.
That's
right
really
there.
interesting to think about because in Lower Rule or the Dark World or the ruined Golden Land, we know that like right up north from Kakariko Village in Hyrule, that is the Lost Woods, and deep within the Lost Woods is the Sacred Forest, and that's where the Master Sword, sleeps. But in this game, we do have Thieves Town or the Gargoyles Town. That's the Rorian counterpart of Kakariko Village. But the thing is, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say that was in A Link to the Past too.
Yeah, that is correct. Yes, that is correct.
That's not exclusive to Link Between Worlds.
Yeah,
but
you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, because up north we do have because up north from the Thieves area, the Lorurian counterpart of Kakariko Village, we do have the Skull Woods. So I feel like that maybe yes.
Yeah.
especially Link to the Past. Sorry, Kai.
Yeah, A Link to the Past version of Skull Woods is terrible. Sorry, Kai.
Can we just change the name of this podcast to the Kai Please Don't Kill Me podcast?
Yeah. Which by the way, fun fact, y'all. The reason why we're bringing this up is because Kai's favorite 2D Zelda game is Link to the Past, and I'm sure she's brought it up before many times.
I think that's her favorite Zelda game, period, actually.
Yeah, I think she said it is her favorite.
Really? I thought it was Breath of the Wild.
That'll be a discussion for another time.
That'll be for another time.
Yep.
But anyway, thinking about that, thinking about what Sora said, and like you guys, like a Lororian counterpart of the Master Sword, that definitely seems a lot similar. Because when you do think about it, when you go back to a game like Skyward Sword, we kind of saw like a darker version of the Master Sword that the Demon King Demise was wielding, and we all know who originally was that sword, which of course was Girahim.
Yep.
Yeah, Girahim was originally like a darker version of the Master Sword the entire time. So
also, like, you know what? That makes sense. I just thought about something. So, like, you know how on the Master Sword it has the Triforce, right?
Yes.
On Demise's Master Sword, there's literally an upside down Triforce on it, which is literally what Lowell's Triforce is. It's an upside down Triforce.
Yes. Yeah, that is definitely correct. Yeah, it is definitely upside down. Like the Triforce on that one is just completely upside down.
Yep.
Makes me wonder if that is like Low Rule's Master Sword in a sense.
That is true though, and to think about it, so it could be a possibility that maybe before everything got like the whole entire Golden Land was destroyed, it kind of makes you think about like, I'm trying to think about this. Oh geez, I don't want to fuck up my brain, because honestly, I do have a theory for you guys. I do have a theory for you guys. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think Yuga came from?
I kind of think Yuga was once. Okay, so like, Laurel Castle is basically the Laurel version of Hyrule Castle, obviously.
Yeah.
I think Yuga might have resided there at one point. Like, what if he was a servant of the Laurel royal family?
That could be a possibility because we all know that that originally he used to be in cahoots with Princess Hilda back in the day. I think could be wrong. I could be wrong on that, but it could be a possibility that he probably used to once serve the royal family of Lorule back in the day.
Yeah,
and then he just had an evil desire to just use his magic and powers to turn people and creatures, including himself, into paintings.
Well, if you think about it, he was kind of working with Princess Hilda, because Princess Hilda was wanting Ganon to be resurrected
That is
as well.
That was
So like,
mhm.
what if they were working together?
That could be a strong possibility, because the thing is, she was, because in the end, you guys know that she was the one who actually brought Yuga Ganon to Link when he actually climbed the top of Lorule Castle.
Yep.
So it could be a possibility, and that's why she wanted Princess Zelda's Triforce of Wisdom to kind of get their Triforce back, and then of course later on, Yuga Ganon actually betrays Princess Zelda in the very end.
Yeah.
More power.
More power.
Trust me.
So one thing. So there is one character I do want to go on about. I actually want to talk about both of them. But speaking of characters, I know we already talked about. We already talked about Yuga. We already talked about like theories about his origins, like how he was probably, he probably once served like the royal family of Lorule. But I want to know, what are y'all's thoughts on Princess Hilda and Ravia? Let's go on and start with Hilda first, and then we'll jump to Ravia.
I think, okay, here's my take. I kind of like Princess Hilda as a princess just a bit more than Zelda for a few reasons, actually.
Mm-hmm.
One, okay, like, I am well aware that Princess Hilda kind of had a bit of a bad rep going on. Like, she was basically trying to destroy Hyrule, but, like, it's a little complicated, but, like, she was willing to basically sacrifice anything to save her kingdom. Which, like, I know Zelda has done that in previous games, but it seems like in A Link Between Worlds, she's a little bit more laid back, which, I mean, she spent most of the game as a painting, so I guess that's a little understandable.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
But, like, you just, like, in most of the Zelda games, like, while Zelda has, like, determination to save her kingdom, I feel like with Princess Hilda specifically, it's a little bit more obvious that she cares about her kingdom, which is why she was willing to pretty much do whatever it took to keep her kingdom from falling into ruins.
Exactly. Kai?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat as Sora when it comes to Hilda. Granted, I mean, I don't think that she's necessarily a better character than Zelda. I mean, like, yeah, specifically in this game, like, yeah, she might be a stronger version than this iteration of Zelda, but yeah,
I don't mean like as a whole. I just mean like in this particular game.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I mean, like, I do think it's kind of crazy, like, being willing to destroy Hyrule for the sake of like saving your own kingdom. So, but I do think for like a villain type of plot, like, I think that's a pretty damn good like motivation. Like, it's like, hey, I got this kingdom, I gotta do whatever it takes. Yeah, blow this shit up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it'd be like if Maleficent was like, yeah, man, Forbidden Mountain is going to hell. I need to do something. Screw you, King Stefan. Your castle's dead.
Yes.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Although she did get petty over like not being invited to a party, so that's pretty messed up. So
Yes.
This is also true.
Mm-hmm. Tisha?
Gosh, both Sora and Kai just brought up good points. Like, can't really think of anything to add on to that, just other than I feel, yeah, in terms of A Link Between Worlds, yeah, I feel like she is definitely the better like princess in this game. Like, she wants to take care of Lorule. She wants to like do what's best for her kingdom, but just going to very extreme measures for it is just like, yeah. But
Yep.
I feel after you beat Yuga Ganon, she understands like the problem behind it. It's just
Yep.
like that. Yeah, she knows that her plan is like crazy, but I don't know. I don't really have too much.
Nah, you're good, bro. But I was gonna say, like, because, like, just to definitely, like, go on, and honestly, you guys got some pretty strong points, but, like, basically, like, her entire story was just pretty dark, though, because we all knew that, you know, that throughout this game that Yuga was, like, her master. Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Yuga was like her master, basically taking orders from him, and then of course later on he just straight up betrays her right after he like merges with Ganon to become this demonic beast who can actually has the power of Triforce, has the Triforce of power and Triforce of wisdom, and is still able to merge onto walls. Like, holy shit! Like, we have never seen any incarnation of Ganon pull a stunt like that.
Yeah, like, bruh, chill.
Yeah, just chill the fuck out. But anyway, on to the next important boy, and I know we talked about him earlier, but what are y'all's thoughts on Ravio?
Ravio pissed me off.
What?
Yeah, Ravio pissed me off. So, like, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. 1, he barges into my house. 2, he takes over and says, I'm gonna stay here, but, I'm gonna open up the shop in your house, despite the fact that I'm technically not welcome here, and I'm gonna make you buy or rent every single thing that I put here, despite the fact that I'm basically taking over your house for free. No big deal.
Yeah. I mean,
and I'm just like, you stupid rabbit-faced piece of crap. Yeah, like, seriously, I was like, the nerve of you. You barge into my place, open up a shop, and make me pay for all your crap when you take over my house.
Although, the thing is like, once you buy it, you don't... I will agree, renting the items is completely stupid, and once you die, you lose them, and so you gotta go back and buy them again.
Well, my thing is this. He barges into my house. I should have this stuff for free. That should be his payment to me. I'm just saying.
Thanks, Nintendo. Very cool.
Thanks, Nintendo. Kai?
I don't really have too many strong opinions or emotions in terms of, like, Zora towards Ravio. Honestly, I don't really have too many strong opinions on the character. Just like the big thing was that, like, I didn't see him being like a low role version of Link. So yeah, to me he was kind of just like, I don't know, kind of like a companion character that just doesn't tag along with you, like kind of like Ezlo or you know, Midna or something like that. Basically,
right.
Like this game's equivalent of a companion character, only he doesn't tag along with you.
No, he doesn't.
I'm kind of mixed about the whole like item rental thing. Like, I understand why they did it, and it's because and it's to make the game like more open and like allow more flexibility on which order you want to do the dungeons in, especially because this game came out after Skyward Sword, which everyone hated the linearity of that game. So
yeah,
like you could tell they were like, okay fam, we hear ya. And of course, you know, after this game came out, we had Breath of the Wild. So
right.
I definitely Link Between Worlds was like the start. It was like the first dip into like, okay, let's go back to getting to like players having the freedom. So I'm definitely mixed. I understand why they did it. I don't like the fact that that if you die, you have to go back and get it, because I think that's just counterproductive, and it's a lot of unnecessary, stupid backtracking. Which, you know, I don't know about you guys, but backtracking usually, you know, is one of my biggest pet peeves. That's why I could never get into Metroid. But
it honestly depends.
And I definitely will address, and Kai, please don't kill me, but I will say that getting around to different places in Hyrule and Lorule with by ringing the bell to call Irene was much better than calling the duck. I'm sorry, Kai.
I don't think it was any. I don't really think it was any different. Honestly, like they're both kind of the same thing. The only difference is that you were ringing the bell, and then Link to the Past, you were, you know,
you just played the flute. That's all you did.
Yeah, playing the ocarina. Yeah, you were just playing. Well, they call it the flute, but it was very obviously an ocarina. But
yeah.
There's not much difference between that. So that's it. The nice thing, I will give Link Between Worlds credit for this. You do get that. You get Irene much earlier in the game, whereas Link to the Past, you you don't get the ability to warp. You don't get the ability to call the duck until you're like 4 dungeons in. So I'll give Link Between Worlds credit. Like they stop the backtracking a lot quicker. So I'm like, okay, thank you for that. Which, the backtracking in Link to the Past is not the worst thing, because like it's not a huge map like other games and stuff like that. But I'm an adult. I have limited time in the day. So any way I can save time, please, yes, please give me warp. I don't care if it doesn't make sense in the in-game universe. Just give me a way to warp. I don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah. And one thing I actually forgot to say about Ravio is like, I was shocked when I saw that he was the lower version of Link, but that actually kind of made me hate him a little bit more, to be honest. Because like,
really?
Look, yeah, like here's my take. Link is obviously the hero of Hyrule. Yep. Ravio is basically the loser of Lowell. They are literally parallel opposite.
Exactly.
So,
look on the bright side. At least he didn't say, "Excuse me, princess."
Oh my god. But honestly, one thing I do want to address, and I talked about, and I forgot to talk about this when I was explaining the story to it, was that so when Ravio was confirming, was trying to persuade Hilda to don't do anything to attack Link or Zelda just to get their Triforce, so that way they can restore it. One thing I forgot to bring up is that, of course, Princess Hilda questioned as to why he abandoned her, which, of course, he mentioned that he didn't, and he wished he could fight back, but he addressed, because like Sora said, he was kind of like the loser version of Link, though, because he said, and I quote, "I'm a coward," and he confirmed that to Princess Hilda. That's why he couldn't do anything to fight back, to stop Yuga or do anything. That's why he had to come to Hyrule to go find a hero to go save their own kingdom.
Yeah, and I will give Ravio credit where credit's due. I do think he was at least brave enough to confront Zelda, despite the fact that he was too scared to actually face his kingdom's problems.
Exactly, but honestly, I honestly, that took a lot of courage to actually stand up to his own princess, to persuade her that violence is just wrong, and just being obsessed with power is just not right. It's not the right answer to into thinking that this is okay. So you're upset. So back then, you're obsessed with power. Why do you think our ancestors destroyed it? Do you think this is actually going to bring our Triforce back to our kingdom? Absolutely not. That's why they destroyed it, because our people were so obsessed with the power. That's why our ancestors destroyed it. And he was trying to persuade her, thinking, this is not going to be the way for our kingdom to, come back. You think that taking somebody else's Triforce is going to solve anything? Absolutely not.
Yeah, exactly. That's something I will give Ravio credit for as well. He basically put Hilda in her place.
Exactly, he did. And she was able to realize what she was doing was wrong, and, why her ancestors actually, destroyed their Triforce, and why the kingdom of Lorule fell into darkness. Why monsters were roaming around the world. Because of it. But in the end, we all know that, Link actually wished for their Triforce to come back.
Yep. Which is how they got it back in the first place. Not gonna lie, I was actually kind of touched by that whenever Link wished for the restoration of the Triforce. I was like, dang. Sorry. Both Link and Zelda wished for it to come back. It was both of them did it. Yeah, whenever the Triforce was restored from that wish, the look on Princess Hilda's face just made me feel things.
It was and you can see how Ravio was happy, and she was she was emotional, she was sentimental about it. That the Triforce came back.
Yep. Also, sorry if you heard my phone text tone.
No, you're good. So I will say this though, compared to Link to the Past, is that I loved so we all know how a lot of things are just completely the same world, the same places. They're all laid out the same way, as similar to Link to the Past. And one thing I liked about Link Between Worlds, and I'm not just saying this because it is my favorite 2D Zelda game, but I really loved I really loved how you were able to go explore with any dungeon that you wanted, especially in Lorule. You can go to any dungeon you want, and you can even get some items early, like because I know like in Link to the Past, like it's like you want like an ice rod or something, like you would have to get it from this palace or something, but Rob was like, hey man, I got this, you want it right now? Here, you can keep it. I don't need it.
Yeah. like what I did to get around the rental system was I literally just went around and killed a bunch of guards, farmed money, and bought everything.
Yeah, and then the one thing I liked about it was like with the whole item system is that you can fully upgrade some of your items by talking to Mother Mai Mai and like finding the rest of the. Yeah, did you guys like the Mai Mai's, the little shell creatures or hermit crab creatures?
I can say that they're easier to find some of those Koroks, I can tell you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Honestly, if I had to pick between them and Koroks, I pick Mai Mai's.
Anything is better than those stupid Koroks in Breath of the Wild. Anything is
Yeah. 900 Koroks is way too much. Like, my thing with the Mai Mai's is, they're cute, but they remind me of the Golden Skulltulas from Ocarina of Time, because there's 100 of them scattered.
Yeah, there were 100 of them throughout the entire game.
Wasn't it like 50 in Hyrule and 50 in Lorule?
I think so, yeah. I think so.
Yeah,
I think that's how they were divided, yeah.
Yeah, they were split between the two. I found all 100 of them.
Same. I did too. I really did too, but how did you... So, what are y'all's thoughts on the dungeon layouts for this game?
I thought the dungeons were fun in A Link Between Worlds, as, I know I'm crapping on A Link to the Past a little bit. I felt like the dungeons in this game were just better than A Link to the Past. I felt like they were structured better, the puzzles were more well thought out. There was a couple occasions, though, where, like, the dungeons were a little too easy, though. So, I will say, like, I typically prefer challenges as opposed to, like, having games hold my hand. So, like, I felt like, to some degree, A Link to the Past did its dungeons better in terms of challenges, but in terms of structure, A Link Between Worlds did better.
Exactly, and being able to, like, merge into walls, like, to solve puzzles really changed up the formula a lot.
Yeah, I thought being able to merge into walls was just fun.
That was really cool.
Sometimes I would merge into the wall and just stand there and be like, "What's up?" just cause why not?
Just what's up, Kai?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the dungeons in this game?
I thought the dungeons were very nicely designed. I'm gonna respectfully disagree about them being better than Link to the Past, just because I feel like
you would.
I feel like Link Between Worlds, they had the advantage of being developed for the 3DS as opposed to Link to the Past, who was stuck on the Super Nintendo. So they basically had to work with what they've got. But I will say this: first of all, there was something awesome about bringing back like old locations, and I think the merge mechanic is the best thing that could have come out of Link Between Worlds. Because not gonna lie, I was getting ready. Like when the game was coming out, I was preparing myself for, okay, this is probably gonna feel very much like a 3DS remake to Link to the Past, because that's what it looked like. Like from the commercials, from the initial look of it, it looks like just a remake. So I was preparing myself for that. But when they introduced the merge mechanic, like, holy crap. Like, it was the coolest thing, going back to these old locales and these old dungeons, and basically exploring different walls and crevices that I could not find as a kid. Because there's the thing, Link to the Past was one of the first video games I ever played, and that's why I hold it in such high regard. So,
Hi, your bias is showing.
Shush! I have the talking stick.
Well, excuse me, princess.
I mean, that's her name. Tisha.
Exactly. Okay, continue. I was gonna let Kai finish.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Kai, and then Tisha can go.
I was gonna say, yeah. So Link to the Past, like, I have played that game since like a very young age, and for me, like, I didn't give two craps about dungeons. For me, it was just all about like exploration, stuff like that. And so had I had this like merge mechanic back then, I would have had a freaking field day. So yeah, I think like I think the dungeons were like very well designed, and I loved the merge mechanic, being able to explore these dungeons in a whole different way. I'm just like, yes, yes, bravo.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I had a great time. I had a great time with the dungeons.
Yeah, there is one old dungeon we didn't get to go back to though.
Yeah.
I'm actually just thinking about it. We didn't get to go back to the Tower of Hera.
No, wasn't that the third one?
No, we had a Tower of Hera. There was a Tower of Hera.
Yeah,
Not,
dungeon.
not in A Link Between Worlds, at least not in the Light World. Like I think it was there in Low World, but I don't think it was the third dungeon in the Light World.
No, I think because like, remember, actually, wait a minute, because I do know, because actually there is a Tower of Hera in this game, but like,
I just don't think we got to go to it, at least not in Hyrule. We probably got to go to it in Low World, if I remember right, but yeah. I really do not think we got to go to it in the Light World, because like
yeah, it's the third dungeon. Tower of Hera is the third dungeon.
it is.
You fight.
I know that's in A Link to the Past, because like
The first
after we go to the Eastern Palace, we go to
The Tower of Gales.
Tower of Gales. It's a completely different tower.
Oh, the Tower of Gales. Okay, that's where I was getting confused. Okay.
It's called the House of Gales. But yes, Tower of Hera is a Hyrule dungeon. And Link Between Worlds, it's a Hyrule dungeon.
Yeah, Eastern Palace, House of Gales, and then the Tower of Hera.
Correct.
I clearly need to go back and play A Link Between Worlds again, because I do not remember. I clearly need to go back and replay that game.
I think Kokiri's the only one who has like played through this game recently.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I haven't played A Link Between Worlds in a hot minute. Aside from like showing off my 100% file
Yeah.
a couple nights ago.
But T-Shaw, what were your thoughts on the dungeons in this game?
I honestly thought the dungeons were really great. Like I said, it's been a hot minute since I played through the entire game, but the first time that I played it, okay, so here's the thing. I hate ice physics in games. It doesn't matter what type of game it is. It has ice physics. I hate it. But the ice ruins, though, I actually loved the whole feeling of that dungeon, personally.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, just seeing, like, you're in a ice cavern and, like, in the middle of a volcano. Do you see that in any other, like, game? Like, you're in an ice place that's in a volcano. I honestly thought that was just really cool. So, pun intended. And, but honestly,
played.
I thought all of the dungeons were really well done, and just, I need to replay through this at some point. Just,
yeah,
man,
it's pretty good.
Okay.
What? Go ahead, Sora.
I was just gonna say I loaded up my save file and I stand corrected. Tower of Hera is here.
Yeah.
I stand corrected. I need to go back and play this now. I know.
Hey, you're just mocking me at that point. No, I'm just kidding.
You're just mocking me. So one thing I like, so like I said, compared to Link, so like we all talked about, so compared to Link to the Past, I really liked how, I mean, to some criticism to some people complain like how this game kind of held your hand too much, but I kind of digress with that. I disagree, like how majority of this game held your hand. I mean, some people were like throughout Hyrule, like kind of told you like where you needed to go, where you're supposed to do, and what you're supposed to do. But I kind of didn't feel as that was kind of hand-holding, you know, because it kind of like paid homage to like Link to the Past. Because like in Link to the Past, I think like in some cases they didn't tell you like where you needed to go, where you have to do. You just got to go find it yourself, then go explore it. And then like, but in Link Between Worlds, it just says like, oh, like I think there's something going on over here. Why don't you go ahead and check it out? But in terms of like dungeon layouts, especially for the final dungeon with Laurel Castle, I liked how like, especially Laurel Castle, like Laurel Castle really tested you hardcore. And honestly, Laurel Castle was a lot similar to Ganon's Tower from Link to the Past, because like in Link to the and in Ganon's Tower, Link to the Past, the entire dungeon itself like tested your skills as a player on what you learned and all this stuff. But Laurel Castle, like having multiple floors, they really went all out and tested you on everything and what items you need to use, what walls you need to merge on. Like, this game went all out with the whole dungeon layout and how linear it was.
Yeah, it really did. Like, I will say this though about A Link to the Past, Ganon's Castle. I thought that one. This is probably the one dungeon I would consider to be better than A Link Between Worlds, to be honest.
So we're lying today.
I mean, I guess you're lying today, not me.
You're wrong.
But like, no, like, here's the thing. Like, I will agree that A Link Between Worlds, Laurel Castle is a proper test of all your skills from the game. But with A Link to the Past, though, I felt like Ganon's Castle was more of a. I felt like it was a bit better of a final dungeon, because it properly tested your skills just a bit better. Like with with Laurel Castle, you're pretty much already, or rather with Link Between Worlds in general, you're basically expected to know A Link to the Past and how it goes. So you pretty much have a general idea of what you're doing already if you played A Link to the Past before. If not, then yeah, you're good. But like, there were some parts of Laurel Castle that were far easier than A Link to the Past Castle, or Ganon's Castle.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like, me being me, I prefer stuff to be harder. So that's one thing I will say about A Link Between Worlds that I actually disliked more than A Link to the Past, was its final dungeon. I felt the final dungeon was good, but A Link to the Past did this one better.
Interesting.
That's all I will say about that. I will say I do like the structure of Laurel Castle a bit more, but as far as like everything else, I think Link to the Past did it better.
That's fair. That's totally fair. So one thing I do want to kind of bring up, to this table, is that we all know that in this game, because of Ravio's bracelet, Link was able to like merge into walls. So
I wish he had cleaned it first.
Yeah. But one thing I do want to think about, and maybe we can definitely kind of dive deep into this one, but so we kind of have a possible, so I will definitely bring up an example, like we kind of already know, like, theoretically, like, this is just a theory, that the material made for the Ocarina of Time in OOT is made from the same material from the Time Stones from Skyward Sword, since of course it controls time. So I want to know, what kind of material do you guys think that Ravio's bracelet that he gave Link is made of? That kind of gave Link this ability.
I have one idea.
Okay.
So like we know Yuga's staff can basically turn people into paintings, right?
Yeah, including himself.
Yeah. What if the crystal that he has on his staff is the same material as the bracelet?
Ooh, that's really interesting to think about.
Yeah, because like literally both of them could do the same thing.
That is true.
Exactly, because when you do think about it, like if you look very closely, like at the bracelet that Ravio gives you, there's kind of like a little gem in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's actually that gem that gives you the power to turn into a painting. It's just in the bracelet that you're wearing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, Yuga's staff has a crystal pretty much like that on his staff.
Yeah, because when you do think about it, like after you beat Yuga in a battle in the Eastern Powers, you can definitely see like Link's bracelet is glowing within the painting. So that's definitely that's definitely like the crystal kind of like activating. But I'm curious as to like what kind of caused the crystal to activate. Was it from the moment that Yuga turned Link into a painting, or was it just like responding to like, you know, Link's like heroism or something like that.
My thing is, like, I think Yuga's staff and the bracelet on Link's wrist have the exact same kind of magic. So I think it was responding more so to the magic that was used on Link.
Yeah. What do you think, Kai?
I never really honestly gave too much thought about like what kind of material the bracelet could have been from, if I can be honest. But after hearing what Star said, I'm kind of for that. I'm kind of all for that theory.
Yeah. Tisha?
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. Like the crystal could also just be like a magic absorbent too. Like whenever.
Yeah, because when you do think about it, because when you guys think about it, with every item that Link uses at his disposal, like the bow, the lantern, the bombs, they kind of use some of the same magic that Link uses when he's able to merge onto walls, because that's why he has like that purple magic meter.
That is true.
Yep, that is true.
So it kind of relies on that, though. So it kind of gets me thinking as to like how most of Link's items that he uses throughout the game are probably used like maybe with tiny pieces from like Yuga's staff or something like that.
Uh-huh.
While it's not 100% clear, it could be a possibility as to why it kind of relies on that, because like I say, Link has to use like magic to like use his bow, throw a bomb, use his little wind propeller that he uses throughout the House of Gales. Like,
yeah, I actually kind of have one little gripe about that. Actually, no, a couple little gripes.
Okay.
So like, you get that meter as soon as you get your very first weapon from Ravia, which, if I remember right, is the bow and arrow.
Yep.
Basically, one of the reasons you get that is because of the item rental system.
Yep.
So, like, my thing is, once we buy the item, why is it that we still have to use that magic meter to use the item? Why can't it just, like, function normally? Like, whenever we fully buy it, why can't we, like, actually collect arrows, like actual ammunition for our bow?
Yeah.
Or like with the bombs, like we have to use the magic for the bombs and whatnot. But once we actually buy it, why can't we actually buy bombs and whatnot? Because like the thing is, like, I get the reasoning for it, but the magic thing for using items kind of makes them feel a little bit broken.
Yeah. It kind of does make most of the majority of the weapons like fire rods and ice rods and like even the magic mallet pretty OP at this point.
Yeah, because like you basically never have to worry about running out of the stuff. Because like, yeah, there's a limit to the magic meter, but the thing is, the magic meter charges fast.
Hey, yeah, it refills on its own without you having to find like a magic potion or anything.
Not only that, but it does.
Oh, go ahead, Tisha.
Huh?
Sorry, isn't it? It does not have a slower recharge when you like level up your items and stuff.
I mean, sorta.
It's slower when you use like higher powered like items.
I mean, yeah, sorta. But the thing is, by the time you get like upgraded weapons and you get like the double magic meter and whatnot, you're finding magic bottles and jars all over the place, and they fully restore the meter. So that doesn't really help it too much. Like, it's still very broken just because of that. Like, you never have to worry about running out of ammunition or magic or anything because it's just always filling up.
Yeah, and even like even back to like Link to the Past, and like finding ammunition was never like really too tedious. Like, usually 9 times out of 10, especially right before a boss, like there would be jars or something like that with ammunition ready. But yeah, one of the challenges of Zelda games, especially like when you get the new dungeon items, is if it's an item like a bow or like bombs or something like that. That's kind of like part of like one of the challenges is keeping track of your ammunition, so you're not constantly spamming your arrows or your bombs or something like that. And especially like as someone who now does Link to the Past speedruns, that is one of the biggest hurdles, is keeping track of my ammunition, because if I'm not conservative enough with it, then I'm gonna get to the boss, I'm not gonna have enough. And especially this rings true for Mothula, who is, in my opinion, the hardest boss in Link to the Past,
Annoying as fuck.
Because not only do you have this moth with a really funky hitbox, like flying around, and you're trying to shoot your fire rod, which only shoots straight ahead. So if you miss, you miss. It takes up a lot of magic. The floor is moving. You have these spikes that are moving around. So literally, like, yeah, I can almost guarantee you, if you didn't have to worry about conserving your magic for the fire rod, that boss would be no problem. But yeah, I think that's part of the challenge of Zelda games, is when you have to keep an eye on your magic or your ammunition, so you're not spamming those more busted weapons.
Yeah, and the magic meter in A Link Between Worlds kind of takes away the resource management problem, because
Exactly.
you basically have unlimited resources on you.
Exactly.
Very interesting though, but that definitely goes into a lot of the details about the material, like where some of the weapons, some of the items, and like how they kind of like definitely share, you know, some of the magic that was given, you know, in terms of like using Bravio's bracelet and all that stuff.
Yeah. And also, like, speaking of bosses though, and like my personal least favorite boss, and I'm still pissed they brought him back in A Link Between Worlds. Screw Molduga.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that giant Moldorm shit.
That boss is stupid. Like, he's more forgiving in A Link Between Worlds because you just get knocked below a platform and you can just go right back up and continue the fight. Yeah. But in A Link to the Past, he will knock you down to the lower floor, and once you go back up, you have to start the entire fight all over again because he fully heals. Yeah. I get so pissed with that fight.
And what's funny is he goes like a giant cheeseburger. I call him the cheeseburger worm.
He does.
The cheeseburger worm.
Yeah.
Although
freaking McDonald's worm.
Fuck, I might want to go to McDonald's after this tomorrow.
Alright, McDonald's trip, let's go.
McDonald's trip, let's go.
Trip.
Yes, everybody, we're all gonna get some special meals, and then
Little T-Shaw's gonna get the Happy Meal.
Yeah, like we're gonna go there and order a large McWorm.
A large McWorm. It's okay. T-Shaw's just gonna get the little Happy Meal.
Hey,
okay.
If I can get a Hamburglar toy with that, then I am. I'm not gonna
okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, T-Shaw. If we go, I will get you a Happy Meal, but I'm keeping the toy.
But that defeats the entire purpose. I want my Happy Meal with the toy.
Oh my god.
Listen, how about I say, I don't want this toy, but I secretly hold it behind my back and I get another toy and then I give it to you.
What the
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, bro.
Oh my lord. But yeah, I hate that stupid Ronald McDonald worm. It can die.
Yeah, that thing can just fucking die for all we care.
Yeah, I was salty when I saw they brought that boss back in A Link Between Worlds. I kind of expected it, but I was still salty.
Exactly. But pretty much, you know, I think we discussed as much as we needed for Link Between Worlds.
Can I say one thing that I think is superior to Link to the Past? Just one more thing?
Sure.
Computer, you're just like, jeez.
I'm kidding, I'm just kidding.
yeah, she's just like, can I crap on A Link Between Worlds one more time?
It's okay, guys.
I love the game. Okay, this isn't a serious thing. This is just me being nitpicky and like just being a little troll now. Link to the Past does not encourage you to take a break at the save point. I'm just saying, Link Between Worlds, the save crates are like, hey, how about taking a break? And it's like, how about you not tell me when to stop playing? I stopped when I want to.
I will give you that. That does get annoying because like there were times where I have saved my game at the feather statues or the statues or whatever they're called in the Link Between Worlds.
I think they're like weather veins or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I think
The weather veins. I would save, and I'd only be playing for like 20 minutes, and the thing's like, you need to take a break. I'm like, I've only been playing for 20 minutes. Why do I
Yeah,
need to
they
play
kind of
all
try
that?
to do that. It's like, what the fuck,
Yeah,
bro?
it's like, bro, I'll take a break when I want to take a break. You should.
Exactly. Like, I don't care if I've been playing for 5 hours. If I don't want to take a break, I ain't taking a break. You can't tell me what to do, you stupid bird.
Exactly. Yeah. I know. Yeah, I know a joke about it, but like, like legit, I do love Link Between Worlds, and as someone who is a stan, and yes, I'll say it, I'm a stan for Link to the Past. Like, I think Link Between Worlds was a really, really solid follow-up, and like, I was not disappointed whatsoever. Like, they could have easily screwed it up. They could have easily just made like a cheap cash grab, sequel without putting much thought into it. But no, like, Link Between Worlds was a really solid sequel. It basically did everything. It basically gave me what I would like. If I asked for a sequel, they basically gave me what I wanted. It was a game that I basically wanted, so I'm happy.
Yeah, and like I know I give a Link to the Past crap, but I like I said, I do love the game. I 100%ed it 4 times, if that tells you anything.
Yeah, and again, a lot of my bias comes to the fact that Link to the Past was one of the very first video games I ever played. So I know I have way more bias towards that game than probably a majority of people I know. So.
Yeah, also, little confession, A Link Between Worlds is actually the very first Zelda game I bought on my own, aside from Ocarina of Time 3D. But, like, yeah.
Ooh, let's go.
So, yeah, I think that was the first 3DS exclusive Zelda that I bought on my own.
Ooh, let's go.
Let's go.
Confession, Breath of the Wild is the first one I bought on my own.
Let's go.
So
That's fair, that's fair.
Which one is yours?
Huh?
What was the first Zelda game you ever bought, like on your own?
On my own, it was Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. What about you, Kokiri?
Phantom Hourglass.
Nice, nice.
Yep, Phantom Hourglass.
Phantom Hourglass is a good one.
Nice.
So, I kind of want to share a little bit of trivia real quick before we move on to Triforce Heroes. So, fun fact, it actually says, I'm actually looking at my book right now of Hyrule Cyclopedia, but fun fact, some inspiration of as to why Link was able to merge walls in this game, and this was confirmed by Mr. Eiji Aonuma, but he says in Hyrule Cyclopedia that they took a lot of inspiration from Phantom Ganon from Ocarina of Time to how Phantom Ganon was able to go through paintings and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I have no idea how I didn't pick up on that.
It makes sense.
I never picked up on that. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so that was confirmed by Mr. Aonuma himself that there was a little bit of inspiration from Ocarina of Time's Phantom Ganon going through paintings.
Actually, it was an inspiration from Mario 64, actually.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm kidding. Also, one thing, a little piece of trivia is that of course, this is also another reference though, but we possibly believe that Ravio's design definitely takes a lot of inspiration towards Nabbit from New Super Mario Bros. U.
I was gonna say, like, he looks very similar to Nabbit.
He does.
Yeah, I actually thought about that a good bit. Like, when I first saw Ravio, I was thinking, what is this freaking Mario Rabbit thing doing here?
This Mario freaking Rabbit, bruh.
Yeah, that's literally what I thought, and I was like, "What? Why are you taking over my house and selling stuff in my house without my permission and making me pay for it?" I think I literally told him to go back to the Mushroom Kingdom.
Oh my god! But anyway, so I think we covered everything we already know about Link Between Worlds. So I think we're ready for Triforce Heroes, right?
Yeah, we can move on to Triforce Heroes.
All right.
Alright.
And like I said, I know, like I said, like some of you haven't played it, and that's totally okay. But like I said, I got y'all covered.
Yeah, I just can't offer much insight. But
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Some as in all three of us.
Yes.
I have it, and fun fact about me, I have a Triforce Heroes wallet, and I've had it ever since ever since the game launched. So
nice.
Wow. Fancy.
Never got another wallet. I still have that same one.
Oh my lord, Goofy. Yeah, moving on to the Legend of Fart Knocker Triforce Jack Wagons.
Wow. Okay. All right. Let's move. Okay. Let's move on to Triforce Heroes. So this one kind of has a very interesting story. It's kind of have a very interesting story. So of course, it's been a while since I've actually touched this game, but I'm going to go ahead and read parts of it off from the Hyrule Encyclopedia.
Okay.
Okay. So here we go. So this is about Triforce Heroes. Okay. So, here we go. So, once upon a time, there was a kingdom called Hytopia, and the thing that the people who lived there loved more than anything else was being fashionable. And under that kingdom was that they had a ruler by the name of Princess Syla, and she was the most stylish princess throughout the land, and who was adored by her people because, she was adored. Of course, her entire people adored her because of fashion, and this entire kingdom was just obsessed with fashion. Hytopia was just obsessed with fashion, but there was one person who was not happy with her looks. So one day, Princess Syla received a gift. It was a mysterious package. It did not say who it was from, but the box was so beautifully wrapped that the princess could not help herself and open it. This was a mistake. As she opened the box, a strange cloud of smoke enveloped the princess. When the smoke cleared, she was wearing an embarrassingly ugly full-body jumpsuit that she couldn't remove. And this gift was given to by the name of a witch from the Drablands. Her name was Lady Maud. To which she echoed into the princess's head, and I quote, "A perfect outfit for a perfect princess." And because of this jumpsuit, Princess Syla was so miserable that she locked herself in her room, and the people no longer was able to see her stylish beauty. They started falling into despair. And the person who was the most distraught of them all was her father, King Tuft. And the only way to remove the curse on Princess Syla was to defeat the witch who cast a spell. However, the land where the witch lived was very dangerous, and only heroes could enter. Thus, King Tuft set out to call for heroes. And a young traveler, and keep in mind, and of course we'll go into this later on, but confirmed in an interview by Nintendo and Mr. IGN Yuma. So this is the same Link from A Link Between Worlds, as this game takes place centuries after the events of Link Between Worlds. And this is the same, this is confirmed by Mr. Anuma, that this is the same hero from Link Between Worlds, but fully disguised as somebody else, so that way people don't recognize him.
Okay, I know you're not finished reading, but I'm kind of trying to make sense of this. How is it centuries after A Link Between Worlds, but yet it's literally the same Link? Wouldn't he be dead by this point?
Yeah, that's kind of something, though. I believe it's centuries, though. Like I said, I could be wrong, but I think I probably read that somewhere from... That was confirmed by Mr. Onuma, and I think they posted on Twitter years ago. But at least that's what I possibly remember. But going on back to our quick story. But going on back to our story now. So Link actually enters Hytopia, and he happened to spot the king's plea that's posted on the notice board at the town plaza that reads, and I quote, "Wanted, Triforce Heroes. Do you have pointed ears, truly epic sideburns, and side-parted hair? If so, you must be the Triforce Hero. Our kingdom needs such heroes to defeat the evil witch and lift the curse placed on Princess Syla. Whoever succeeds in the most noble of tasks will be rewarded to the fullest extent of my extensive power. So saith King Tuft, ruler of Hytopia." And of course, Link was able to take upon this task and was able to go over there. But along the way, in the town of Hyrule, there is a woman who actually owned a tailor shop, and the woman was named as Madame Couture. And her tailor shop was responsible for making heroic outfits for Link. And due to her, and because of her, he was granted permission to enter the Drablands. And in order to take on the Drablands, he would need to cooperate with 2 other heroes. The 3 were able to form the legendary Totem, a vertically connected formation they used to overcome countless traps and enemies. Together they press further. Huh?
Sorry to interject, Kokiri, but I actually just found a tweet by Nintendo of America, where Triforce Heroes takes place in the timeline. And,
Tell me.
And this is by the developers themselves. It says this game takes place several years after A Link Between Worlds and features the same hero. Certain events bring him to the kingdom of Hytopia, where he dresses as he does in order to hide his heroic origins.
Yep.
There's no telling where the other hero candidates come from, but the player character you control is the true Hylian hero from A Link Between Worlds.
So it only takes place a few years later, not a few centuries later.
Yeah, not a few centuries, but a few years. So it might just be another journey that the hero takes, though.
Interesting. Yeah, so it was like several years. Why did I say centuries? I was like several years. There we go. I made a mistake on that. Thank you, T-Shaw.
No problem. Alright, so I apologize. Go on.
No, you're good, but I appreciate the correction. I appreciate the correction, though. So, of course, so what they needed, of course, is that the heroes needed to defeat Lady Maud within the Drablands in order to remove the curse that was placed on Princess Syla to get her out of that, the jumpsuit. So, of course, they make it all the way to the Witch's Den, in the Drablands. The Triforce heroes end up taking on Lady Maud. They defeat her in combat, and of course, in the end, when she gets defeated, she says, and I quote, "You and the princess deserve each other. You're all unfashionable, ungrateful cretins." And she uses her magic to vanish, and with an outfit that's definitely similar to Lady Maud, the Triforce heroes actually use their magic to remove. They use her magic to remove the curse off of Princess Syla, and thus the kingdom kind of is restored. Pretty much. So that's kind of the story for Triforce Heroes.
Okay, so I have a thought.
Yes.
Lady Maud has jealousy issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
So, so to sum it up, three links have to band together to kill an evil witch who's basically the Zelda version of a diva.
Pretty much.
Actually, I did just have a thought come into my head. I wonder if, like, since
Great.
since there's three links, I wonder if it's like a callback to like Four Swords and Four Swords Adventures.
It is. It's kind of a
Okay.
it's kind of a callback to it, but it's minus a fourth hero.
Okay, so I'm curious though. Like the reason we have 4 links and like Four Swords Adventure is because of the Four Sword. How is it that we have 3 links in this one?
I feel like the reason why we probably have 3 links and more than 4 is because it's saying that they're looking for Triforce heroes, and and I feel like they might be paying homage to like the 3 pieces of the Triforce, like power, wisdom, and courage.
No. Like what I mean is like we have a literal story reason as to why there's 4 links in Four Swords and Four Swords Adventure. Like from a story standpoint, how are there 3 links? Like how? Like, what causes Link to split into 3, is what I mean.
That's a really interesting as to, like, where the other two heroes come from.
Yeah, because if you think about it, or like I literally just said, the Four Sword splits Link into 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like we get no explanation as to how there's 3 links in Triforce Heroes. They're just there.
Yeah, they're literally just there. It's it's really interesting to think about as to where these other heroes came from, because when you do think about it, in Triforce Heroes, depending on and like the voice of Link is completely randomized for each file. So in this game, they have 4 different sound clips. They have 4 different sound clips. You can either get Ocarina of Time Link's voice, Wind Waker Link's voice, Spirit Track Link's voice, and the one that makes the most sense, A Link Between Worlds voice.
That's interesting.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
I never played the game, so
Oh yeah, that's
no,
right. Oh yeah, that's right. But yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, that's one thing I do want to say. Is that the voices for each of the links per file are completely randomized.
Gotcha.
So for example, like of course with mine, I got Ocarina of Time Link's voice, and one example can be like, you know, T-Shaw actually has, I don't know, Link Between Worlds Link's voice, and Kai has Wind Waker's, and yours has Spirit Tracks Link's voice. It's an example.
Okay.
So every voice for Link is completely randomized per file.
So you don't even get to choose.
Interesting.
Nope, the game just gives it to you. You don't choose the voice. The game just gives it to you. It's completely randomized.
I don't know how to feel about that.
So
Shit, mine might have been a Link Between Worlds Link.
Yep.
I don't remember. It's been a long time since I played Triforce Heroes. So
yeah, it definitely has been a hot minute for me too.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a hot minute, but one thing I like about this, so one thing I can definitely say is that, so in this game there are about, I think it's like 32 or 40 areas to explore throughout the game. It's like somewhere around, I think it's like 32 or 40 areas you explore.
Well, that's more areas than Four Swords.
Yeah. So of course in this game, you can either play with friends, or you can actually go it alone, to where they kind of pay the reference to, you know, it's dangerous to go alone, take this.
Take a friend.
Yes.
Typical
So
Zelda.
the one thing what I think was really interesting, though, this was a really interesting concept. So they kind of paid homage to Four Swords and Four Swords Adventures, to where you actually find items throughout the levels, like bombs and arrows and stuff like that. But at the start of the game, they have there's 3 pedestals for the weapons for you to use. And some of them are oh, you can use bombs or arrows or have a hammer, or one is actually, you can actually have Link throw fireballs, what's actually funny though, they actually make the fireball sound from the Mario games.
Okay, yeah, that's actually kind of funny.
It is actually, it's pretty fun. Yeah, go ahead, Tisha.
No, I was just saying, oh, I hear it now. When I first played it, I just thought to myself, why does it sound so familiar or something? Revelation.
And the one thing that I really thought was interesting, though, is that the costumes, though. Like the game kind of gave you numerous costumes that can definitely that could kind of affect the way how you play. Like, for example, you can put on Princess Zelda's dress to actually, help you find more hearts. You can put on a warrior suit to to have more usage of actually firing laser beams with your sword. An outfit to where you can actually have more attack or more defense. And also, this is actually going to make you happy, Sora, but there's actually is a Fierce Deity Link's outfit in the game.
Oh, heck yeah.
And also, they and what's actually really cool about this, Sora, is they actually have the same double helix sword from Majora's Mask.
That's cool.
So you can definitely use that costume and that sword as a weapon. And,
I low-key want to try that now. Not
yeah.
gonna lie.
So one thing I do want to, I really think is really neat about this, what I think is interesting about this game, is I know I was reading about it in the story, was the whole totem stack, though, to where how you can actually have 3 links stacked together to solve puzzles and attack enemies, though. I thought that was really, but I don't know. But I just want to get y'all's take about that. Do you think more Zelda games need something like that, in 2D perspective?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt. I think it would be interesting to return to the formula at one point. Or actually, if they are going to return to that formula, what I think they should do is take Four Swords Anniversary Edition and port it to the Switch.
Right?
I agree.
Yeah.
Or better yet, do what they did with Link's Awakening and apply that to the Oracle games.
Ooh.
maybe even okay. Maybe even are you guys do you guys remember how there was supposed to be a third game, Oracle game, that was based off of Furore?
Yes.
Yes.
Bring that back. Revive that game so that we have the full Oracle trilogy.
Honestly, the thing is, they could try to do that, but the reason they scrapped it in the first place is because linking 3 games together with the code system was extremely difficult. So they would have to try to revive that concept and revise it. But like, it is possible that they could revive that third game because they are bringing the Oracle games to Switch.
Yep, they are. Which by the way, for anybody watching this on YouTube in the future, definitely get a chance to go play the Oracle games when you get a chance when it comes to Switch. Please play them.
Yeah, you can't buy them on 3DS anymore, so you may as well wait for them to come to the Switch.
Yep.
Yeah. Whenever that'll be.
So,
yeah, whenever Nintendo feels like it.
So, one thing I also want to bring up is that when you're not playing a friend, if you're playing by yourself, the game kind of requires you to carry around 2 separate dummies, though.
It's an annoying mechanic.
I honestly want to know.
Really
so I kind of want to get y'all's take on this real quick, and I want to know, like, where do y'all think, in your opinion, where do y'all think, like, the dummies come from, especially the other 2 heroes? Because we don't know anything about them. They're just there.
They're probably some weird puppets that Link brought along.
Or they could be like kind of. Sorry, Kai, go on.
Oh, I was gonna say, honestly, in terms of the dummies, I can't really think of an in-game reason for that. I think that was just Nintendo's way of being like, yeah, you don't have anyone to play with. Here you go. It's cool.
You want to know what I think they should have done instead of that, though?
What?
In 4 Swords Anniversary Edition, if you were playing by yourself, you could literally switch between the links, or rather, like, you only had 2 links with you whenever you were playing by yourself, and you could literally switch between them and control both. They should have just done that.
Yeah.
Instead of having 2 dummies with you.
I feel like maybe just the Kingdom of Hytopia just had, like, you know how with some fashion brands they have, like, mannequins or something like that, but, like, these mannequins can just be possessed, I guess. So maybe they were just already there?
Or,
and, I don't know.
Yeah, or better yet, since this game seems to have cameos from past Zelda games anyway, if you were playing by yourself, make it to where you could play the Elegy of Emptiness.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. That's definitely I want to bring up about. So in course in the castle of Hytopia, like when you go to the lobby to like kind of like wait around, so you can find this little ball, this kind of like little magic ball. It just appears out of nowhere, and when you actually swing it and hit it so many times, it kind of plays music and references and like in a music box kind of form, and it definitely pays references to like as what Sora said, to like past Zelda games like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Sora. Like they definitely play a lot of references to past Zelda games, and I think that's really cool that they do that.
Yes, it is.
I really thought that was pretty neat though. But it could be interesting to think about as to like, you know, like where these 2 other heroes came from, because we don't know anything about them, but we do know that their color schemes definitely are based on the symbolisms of the Triforce, with both power, wisdom, and courage though.
Yeah, green being for courage, blue being for wisdom, red being for power.
Yes, so definitely is a lot of symbolism there. And honestly, like, what kind of brought my attention though was that you know, like, I will say though, like the Drablands definitely have some pretty okay-ish variety though. But they kind of mixed it up traditionally, like in 4 Swords Adventures. Like you have like a snowy mountain, you have like a mountain that was similar to Death Mountain. Of course, you started off like with grassy terrains, kind of like in any other Zelda game or any game in general. Of course, you had your desert and stuff like that. So they really did mix it up, and they kind of, and in terms of like bosses, the way how like bosses were laid out, they kind of felt a little bit similar to the ones that you fought in Link Between Worlds, but now you're kind of going more extreme, and like even some of like in some cases, I'm trying to think, but do you guys remember the that little rotating totem boss in Link Between Worlds?
Yep.
So
Rings a bell.
So I like I said, I could be wrong. So I could be wrong. So in Triforce Heroes, there is a boss that's similar to that, to where you kind of like had to like knock down the segments, and you have to go in totem form, throw one of your friends, and like put a bomb in there, like in the little hole, to like kind of like kill it and like reveal its weakness. So that's what I.
Oh,
that's
wow.
what, that's what I. That's definitely I kind of want to give brownie points to Triforce Heroes. So it kind of makes your brain think as like you know, like how many links do you need to like, you know, take this boss out? Like do you need like 2 links stacked together? Majority of the time you have to use 3 of them. But so throughout the game, so one thing I do want to add is that at the end of each area in Triforce Heroes, you are given some materials that you can actually use to go to Madame Couture's tailor shop, and you can use those materials, and of course you also need money as well. You need rupees for your own advantage to actually create and craft costumes. So you can and some of these materials were kind of similar to like the ones you get in like they were similar to like Link Between Worlds, like monster guts kind of. They were pretty similar. They were pretty similar, and like, but like some of the costumes definitely paid some references to like past Zelda games. Like I know one of them, of course, I told you, Sora, that I know that got your attention was the of course the Fierce Deity outfit.
Heck yes.
Yeah, so the costumes that you actually can get in this game, of course, the costume you do have are the bare minimum. It's just a casual outfit that Link kind of wears at the start of the game, so nothing personal. You do have a big bomb outfit, which kind of looks similar to like, which honestly I think this is really cool. Like the big bomb outfit kind of looks similar to like a dark, like a cobalt bluish Bomberman outfit, to where you can actually have all your bombs to be extremely big.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
So of course there's also the costume called the Boomeranger, which allows larger boomerangs to pass through and damage foes, and can also carry 2 links at once. Of course you can also do the totem pole as well. You do have the Cacto Clothes, which is basically a cactus costume, to where if enemies or bosses touch you, they actually take damage instead of you. Oh, one thing I do want to bring out is when you're interacting with players, I'm sure you guys remember at the bottom of the screen they kind of had like the little emoji icons, and like let's go, or this way, or use an item, or the cheerleading outfit.
I love that. I honestly really love
So
that.
one thing is that when you defeat a boss or something like a boss, you can actually, if you spam that cheerleading thing, the more you do it, the more stuff you're able to increase, like chances of like getting rare items to like, you know, like to get material for your costume, and to like obtain more rupees, so that you can actually use them to like buy and craft the materials in Madame Couture's shop. And yes, I'm gonna say this right now, there is a cheerleading outfit in this game that you can put on to increase it.
That's hilarious.
It's so good.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious.
Yes. So of course for other costumes, you do have the cheetah costume, to where you dress up like a cheetah and you're able to run fast.
Dig it. I kind of want to try this game just for the freaking costumes now.
Yeah. So of course you do have the cozy parka, which is basically, it's kind of similar. Okay, I will say that it's kind of similar to Popo's outfit. He's the one of the ice climbers. It's kind of similar to his jacket.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, his jacket to where Link actually cannot get frozen if he gets hurt by frozen magic. You do also get Princess Stylist's cursed tights, but you only get it at the end of the game.
I see.
But there's a downside to it.
What?
But if you get hit, you will be taking double damage.
Oof.
You get hit double the amount. But with the suit, you're able to dodge 50% of attacks. But if you get hit, you take double damage.
So basically, it's like a risk reward thing.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool.
So of course we also have the Dapper Spinner, which allows Link to execute quicker spin attacks. You do have the Dune Walker Duds, to where you can actually have your heroes walk safely on quicksand without sinking.
Nice,
you do have the Energy Gear, to where your energy gauge actually increases by 50%. The Fierce Deity, this is for you, Sora. The Fierce Deity, so the Fierce Deity outfit, this is actually the strongest outfit in the game, because this one has double damage on bosses and enemies, and instead of having about like 1 to 2 sword beams, you can actually spam a total of 4 of them.
Heck, yes.
You can do 4 of them. So of course there also is the Fire Blazer costume, to where Link can actually throw 3 fireballs with the fire gloves instead of just having 1. You can actually wear the Goron garbs, to where you actually dress like a Goron and you can actually walk across lava without getting hurt and taking damage.
That's cool.
Um,
So it's like the Goron transformation.
Sorry, go on.
No, I was just making a comment. It's like the Goron transformation from Majora's Mask.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
precisely, correct. Yeah, it is definitely similar to the Goron suit, to the Goron mask from Majora's Mask, to where when you walk on lava, Goron Link does not get hurt.
Isn't that same costume like a reference to Darunia?
Yes, it is. Yes,
Yeah.
the Goron guard definitely pays a reference to Darunia from Ocarina of Time. So of course you do have the Gust Garb, to where you can actually increase the Gust Jar's firing speed. This is going to be a funny one. There actually is a Hammer Brothers costume from the Mario games, to where yes, there is a Hammer Bros outfit, to where when you equip when you actually obtain the magic hammer item, it actually becomes twice as powerful, because get it with the whole Hammer Fangs, Hammer Brothers.
Stop. Hammer time.
Yeah, of course you do get the hero tunic, which of course does nothing. Yes.
It just does absolutely nothing. Why not?
Yes. So of course you do have the hero tunic at the start of the game, which of course absolutely does nothing. You get a costume called the Jack of Hearts, to where you can actually have your hero get an extra heart container. Here's for me. Yeah, and yes, this is actually a thing. There is actually an outfit called the Kokiri Clothes, to where you can when you obtain the bow, you can actually shoot 3 arrows instead of 1. And then the outfit that you need at the end of the game to actually save Princess Syla is which is basically Lady Maud's outfit. It's called the Ladies Ensemble, but if you're wearing it in the Drablands, it causes hearts to appear more frequently and adds an extra heart container.
Ooh.
So the legendary
Sounds useful.
Yes. So the legendary dress, or also Princess Zelda's dress, it causes hearts to appear more frequently. You also have the light armor that illuminates the area around Link, to where when you're in Coliseum matches, it burns the other Links when touched. And this is going to be an interesting one. So there's also you can actually wear Lineback's uniform from Phantom Hourglass.
The friggin' lineback's uniform in here.
So kind of similar to Lineback. Of course, we'll talk about him in the future, when we get to the adult timeline. So you can actually, so of course, so at the end of every level, you have 3 treasure chests, to where you can actually get rupees or material, and it doesn't tell you what it is. But with Lineback's uniform, you actually get to peek inside what's actually in the chest, either rupees or material for your costumes. that's the only thing you do because, of course, it makes sense to how with how, you know, Lineback being a whole obsessed freak with treasure.
Mm-hmm. I want treasure.
So
I want all the.
So another outfit you have is called, you have the Lucky Loungewear, to where you can actually dodge 25% of attacks. You do have a ninja gi. It's kind of similar to Sheikah outfit, to where you can actually perform dash attacks instantly, and you do triple damage as you dash.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Okay, so this is going to be a reference to us Kingdom Hearts fans. So if any Kingdom Hearts fans out there, I hope you guys are ready. But there is an outfit called the Queen of Hearts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there is a Queen of Hearts, which is actually similar to the Queen of Hearts' outfit from Alice in Wonderland. And what this outfit does is that this actually gives your hero 3 extra heart containers.
Nice. That's actually really cool.
So you do have a robot outfit called the RoboWare, to where your speed is increased, and you get increases your speed, and of course you have more power when using the grip shot, which of course is similar to the hook shot.
Nice, nice.
You also have an outfit called the Rupee Regalia, which causes rupees to appear more frequently and in pairs when dropped after defeating enemies and bosses, and can be found more frequently in like grass and jars. But this does not apply to all enemies, just a few of them.
Oh, okay.
Another outfit you have is called the Serpent's Toga. This is kind of a reference to like Medusa, like in Greek mythology, to where it kind of turns Link to a statue, and while standing still, it causes enemy attacks to do no damage towards you.
That'd be fun.
So you do another outfit you do have is the Showstopper, which draws the enemy's attention, but however, the downside is it does not work in single player. Yep.
Okay.
Another outfit you do have is called the Sword Master Suit, which allows Link to shoot sword beams from his sword only at 4 health. You can do double damage, and you have twice as much range with your sword.
Oh, wow.
Another outfit you have is the Sword Suit, which allows Link to shoot sword beams at full health, and you can also do double damage. You also have a pixelated Heroes tunic called the Timeless Tunic. And what it does, it actually changes the music to resemble chiptune tracks from like previous Zelda games.
I'm guessing it's also an homage to Legend of Zelda 1.
Yes, kind of, but the color scheme is similar to like Toon Link's outfit.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Now get ready, y'all. This is gonna piss y'all off, but yes, and this is actually true. You can actually wear Tingle's outfit.
Of course you can wear Tingle's outfit. Why not?
So you actually wear Tingle's outfit, and you can and it actually has balloons on the back. And with this costume, you can actually use them. You can actually use these balloons to like dodge and like float around in some places. But you got to be careful that every time you get hit, of course, you know, the balloons pop. Kind of like in Summer to Majora's Mask when you knock him down.
Or, kind of similar to when you basically threw that tree at Tingle and you popped every balloon he had at one time.
Yes!
Would have been even better if you could cast Balloonga, but you know that never mind.
Oh my god. Okay.
No, it's Balloon Bra, get it right.
You know what? Fair enough.
Okay, so honestly, now this one, Sora, is definitely I believe this one's gonna get your attention. So there's another costume in this game that's called the Torrent Robe, and the reason why I say this will get your attention is that the design of it looks a little bit similar to the Crystal King's outfit from Paper Mario 64.
Oh heck!
But however, it does not have any ice capabilities. It only doubles the size of pillars, so you can actually create using a water rod.
I'd still do it.
But the costume looks a lot similar to the Crystal King's outfit too from Paper Mario.
I'd still use it.
So we have 2 more suits. So we do have the tri-suits. When all 3 Links are wearing this costume, you will have 50% more energy. You can dodge 25% attacks, and you can find hearts and rupees more frequently. And then finally, this will get Kai's attention. Kai.
Yes.
So I'm sure you know about the Zoras in Zora's River in Link to the Past.
Yes.
So you can actually wear their costume in this game.
Ooh. Okay, that is.
And what this costume does is, and this is kind of stupid though. This costume only allows you to swim faster in water and swim against strong currents.
Ah.
So this is basically kind of like your Zora fins, kind of, with this costume.
Huh.
But you're able to swim pretty fast.
That's not bad. The Zora transformation from Majora's Mask will never be beaten. Let's be real.
True. Okay, so after hearing all these, there is one thing I'm a little disappointed with the costumes.
What?
We don't get the engineer's outfit from Spirit Tracks. I was hoping that was going to be one of them.
Yeah, that's kind of simple. That's kind of interesting, like how you don't get. But even though you kind of do get Spirit Tracks Link's voice depending on your file of the game.
Yeah, I just think it would have been fitting if you got the engineer's outfit to go with it.
That would definitely make sense because you do have the Kokiri's outfit, and you do have Ocarina of Time, Young Link's voice. You have the Hero's tunic, which pays reference to, of course, Wind Waker. Of course, you can also sound like Link for Link Between Worlds, but seriously, nothing for Spirit Tracks?
Yeah, which I mean, granted, you get a lot of costumes in this game, but still, with the other voices, they pretty much went all the way because you get costumes for all of them except for Spirit Tracks Link.
Yeah. But honestly, at the end of the day, this game is kind of something else, though. It's something, but one thing I will say though is that I really like the design for each of the costumes and its capabilities that each one has.
Yeah.
Now, I kind of know. So,
like a lot of
so I kind of want to know y'all's thoughts on this. So I know T-Shaw kind of pointed this out. So IGN Numa confirmed that this game takes place several years after the events of Link Between Worlds, and how Link in Triforce Heroes is the same Link from Link Between Worlds. So what are y'all's thoughts on that, to be honest?
Okay. My thoughts on it are why?
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe he
okay.
just wanted another adventure, I guess.
Is Link just like bored in this in this game's timeline? He's just like, man, there's nothing going on. Sure is boring around here.
Man, it sure is boring around here.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Let me go to this other kingdom and beat up this jealous diva.
Hang on, we're gonna get movie
What was the name of the king again? What was the name of the king again in Hytopia?
King Tuft.
I wonder what
And
King Tuft
King
is up
Tuft
to.
is my boy.
I just wonder what King Tuft is up to. And also mentioned, I forgot, there's also was a Commander of the Guard in this game, which of course we all know this game has a lot of references to fashion. Do you want to know what the captain of the guard's name is, who kind of tasks you to go on this quest?
What?
There is a dude whose name is Sir Combsley. Sir
What?
Combsley, like hair comb. Sir Combsley.
Why?
Oh my! I have no words. No words. I have no more words.
And not to mention, his hair is kind of shaped like an upside down mustache that's been combed.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, not gonna lie, Kai will probably most likely know why I'm about to make this comment. I thought you said his name was gonna be Percival.
Oh my god. But yes, his name is Sir Combsley.
Oh my lord.
Oh dear god.
That's funny.
But honestly, I can honestly think, like, it is kind of weird like how like this is the same Link from Link Between Worlds who kind of disguised himself, but like I kind of want to know like how was he able to disguise himself? Because when you look at the game and like its artwork, it's just like it's not Link Between Worlds. It's like it's Toon Link.
Yeah, well, I think one reason for that is like as T-Shawn read earlier, the game takes place a few years after A Link Between Worlds, so the art stuff they probably changed it just to kind of reflect that he's older.
So I kind of want to know, like, based on his appearance, did Link actually have, or was like given some sort of magic to change his appearance?
Maybe.
It could be a possibility. Because when you do think about it, the name of the game is called Triforce Heroes, and basically calling forth the heroes though, like that symbolize power, wisdom, and courage. I feel like this probably might have been like, you know, somewhere behind the scenes, like after the events of Link Between Worlds. This probably might have been like a gift from the Triforce itself from Link Between Worlds, like granting Link this magic to like change his appearance, you know.
Yeah, more like Link Between Jobs.
Oh my gosh.
But after that, but pretty much, you know, after the events of everything else, you know, we don't hear from so we don't hear from this incarnation of Link ever again. We just
probably for the best.
Yeah, we don't hear anything about the new hero of legend from Link Between Worlds and Triforce Heroes. We don't hear anything from him. We don't know what happened to him. Like after that, like he's just gone. And the thing, and like, you know, because the only thing you just see is that he's just recognized as a hero for like everything that he's accomplished in both Hyrule, Lorule, and now Hytopia. And of course, just like in any other game, he still gets the girls, and he wins Princess Sila's affection. Like, bruh.
Well, excuse me.
Because at the end of the game, she actually tells Link that he's really cute.
Oh my lord!
It's smooching time.
Yeah, no, I don't know, but maybe a secret smooching time.
Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking about this now. Like,
yes.
Link to the Past Link is known for 4 adventures, like 4 straight up grand adventures.
Yeah.
Going to like 4 different places, like obviously Hyrule, the Holodrum, Labrena, and Koholint Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's known for like 4 grand adventures. Link Between Worlds Link is known for beating up Ganon and saving 2 worlds, and for beating up a diva.
Pretty much, yes.
He was done dirty.
Saved you again, princess. Kiss me.
Saved you. I feel like that he probably said that to Silas, like, I saved your fashionable kingdom. Kiss me.
I beat up that diva for you, princess.
Kiss me.
We're just a cartoon going to the timeline.
In an alternate universe. So like I said, we don't know anything that happens. But however, I think we covered as much as we did with both games, right?
Yeah, I can't think of anything to add.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go in and definitely real quick. I'll be right back. So of course you guys know we do have another game within the timeline that takes place that is next on the timeline after Triforce Heroes, since now my friends and I actually just covered Link Between Worlds and Triforce Heroes, which, by the way, if you guys haven't, I will put a link in the description down below on YouTube. But please go follow my friends and mods. Please go follow Princess Kyora. Please go follow Sora, and please go follow T-Shaw. Please go follow all of them. They are amazing content creators, and if you're not following them, then there's something wrong with you. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, so for this coming Tuesday, on the, I believe it is the 25th. Yeah, the 25th of this month, so like in 5 days, I will be jumping in to my next Zelda game for Triforce Tuesdays, and I will be playing this game live on Twitch, and it will be uploaded on YouTube in the future. So, without further ado, I'd like to give you guys the next introduction to what game I'll be playing next. So check this out. So yeah, that is what is going down. So that is indeed what is going on. So be sure to tune in on Twitch on April 25th. On April 25th, as I will be diving in to my next Zelda game for Triforce Tuesdays. We will be playing the original Legend of Zelda for the NES. Oh boy, it's gonna be a bit of a wild one, but I will say that we are close to completing the Fallen timeline, because from here, since I was able to cover with my friends Link Between Worlds and Triforce Heroes, now we have 2 more games to finish to fully complete the Fallen timeline. So we are almost done. So from there. And I hope you guys are ready. I know my mods are ready as well. My friends are ready here as well. That we will be starting on April 25th, Zelda 1.
Yes,
We got Zelda 1. And of course, at the end, we also have Zelda 2, The Adventure of
Yeah,
Link.
let's go.
Yes, your favorite, like you said.
Yeah, your favorite.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, you yourself said it. I'm just saying.
Bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, remember that tier list? You yourself said it.
So, you know, Tisha, I'm gonna smack you.
And man boob hug will come first.
What the? Why? Why? No! This freaking man poop hug shit.
You got this. Hey, you know what, Kokiri? Okay, I'm gonna give you a special. I'm gonna give you a little special gift for your Zelda 2 playthrough.
Oh God.
I'm gonna give you Bluester the Blue Chicken as an emotional support animal.
And I'm gonna give you a cosplay just so you can be stylish. You're gonna be representing Hytopia.
Oh my God, no! Okay, but anyway, I believe we've covered everything so far. So honestly, this kind of wraps things up for this podcast. Thank you guys so much Thank you guys for joining me on this podcast. We really do appreciate you.
Hey, no problem. It was fun.
But like I said, you guys, please go follow my friends. I will leave the link to their Twitch channels in the description down below. Please go follow Sora, Kai, and Tisha on Twitch. Definitely go give them a follow. And of course, if you are watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to do the following, such as liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel for more content like this in the future. But please do not forget to check the description down below to find a link to my Twitch channel, so that way you guys can come watch me and all my friends do our stuff live on Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
A little delayed reaction there.
Yes, absolutely. So like I said, this is definitely going to wrap things up though. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope everybody here has a great and excellent night. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are amazing. I love each and every one of y'all. And we definitely will see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.